I'll be the first to admit that applying for a job at the agency can be a confusing, frustrating, and drawn-out process that occurs in a black box into which you have almost no insight. That's just the way it is. I never liked the process much when I was on the hiring side either, but I also came to understand the rationale behind so many of the precautions the agency takes to make sure that malicious actors are not hired and gain security clearances. It's the price of doing business in a classified world. So how do you apply? Well, the first step is to go to www.cia.gov. Click on the Careers and Internships tab, and then the Career Opportunities tab, or the Student Opportunities tab if you're looking for an internship. Assuming you're interested in a regular job and not an internship, under the Career Opportunity heading, you can jump straight to Browse Jobs by Category to find open analytic positions. You can also try out the Job Fit tool to see what the agency thinks might be a good position for you. The need to find an open position raises an important point to understand about how the agency hiring process works. Just like in most private companies, there has to be a vacancy for you to apply to. So, you must find an open requirement on the website. You can't just apply to be an analyst in the DA writ large. There must be a specific need for a specific type of analyst, and such requirements vary widely from year to year. For example, if you want to be a political analyst and you click on that position type and get the message that there are currently no openings for this position, then you're going to have to either find a different type of analyst position where there is an opening, or try back later to see if new political analyst requirements are in the system. Assuming there are a variety of open positions, it's a good idea to apply to all those that interest you. You can also look further afield at positions in the other directorates and apply to up to 4 open jobs. Obviously, don't apply to something that doesn't interest you, but there's no penalty for expressing a range of interests. Assuming you find one or more positions that you want to apply to, follow the specific directions on the website. Once you're done, you wait. Normally, if you've not heard back from the agency in 45 days, that means there's no further interest in you. You usually won't get an email saying there's no interest, in part because of how many thousands of applications the agency receives each year. If, however, the DA is interested in hiring you as an analyst, then the process really begins in earnest. Oh, and one other tip. Don't tell people you're applying to the agency, and please don't post about it or follow the agency on social media. Most analysts are overt employees, not covert, so they don't have to hide their agency affiliation from the uncleared world. But the more people you inform that you hope to be working at the agency, the more you could limit certain career options down the road. You'll be contacted and asked to provide a lot more information, answer several questions in writing, and take some online tests. And then you wait. And here again, if you haven't heard anything in 45 days, it usually means there's no further interest. But if there is, the next step is a single interview, either in person or over the phone. After the interview, you'll wait some more. And then you'll either be told there was no further interest or be given a conditional offer of employment, which means if you get through the vetting process and get your clearances, you'll have a job waiting for you. And then, guess what? You'll fill out more paperwork and wait until you're eventually scheduled for your security processing in the DC area, which includes a medical examination and everyone's favorite part of the process, the polygraph. I'll only say 2 things about the polygraph, which has always been a controversial tool. First, do not prepare for your polygraph. You can't study for it, and you should absolutely not try to develop a strategy to beat it. If you feel the need to beat it, you shouldn't apply in the first place. Second, as I said earlier when talking about the 3 Ds, be fully truthful in all paperwork you submit before the polygraph and in everything you say during your session with the polygrapher. After your visit to DC, guess what happens next? That's right, more waiting while the security folks decide if you've made the cut. Eventually, you will either be informed that things didn't work out, though you will not be told why, or you'll get the happy news that you've been cleared and can discuss your entry on duty date to start your career as an agency analyst. If it sounds like there's a lot of waiting in the process, you're correct. You should plan on it taking about a year from the moment you submit your application until you find out if you've been cleared, so plan accordingly. If you hope to start after graduation from college, you should apply before the beginning of your senior year. You also might have to make some tough decisions about how to handle other offers of employment while you wait to hear if you've been cleared by the agency. Do you pass up a certain opportunity elsewhere for the uncertain prospect of being accepted by the agency? It's not a bad idea to think about how you would handle that situation before you even apply. The good news I'll leave you with here is that yes, people actually do make it through the process, and like me, they go on to have exciting and rewarding careers. It's not an easy process and it isn't without its frustrations, but the job that awaits you at the end if you are successful is well worth the effort it takes to get there.